Meet Joe. Joe is just like you, a new student just beginning his intro to chemistry class. This is the story of his worst day at school ever. Joe woke up late for school, and in his flurry to get ready, he forgot that today was a lab day, so he put on his favorite shirts, shorts, and sandals. He barely got to the bus on time, even though he skipped breakfast. Today was getting off to a horrible start. Joe's stomach was growling as he got into class, but as he got in, the teacher noticed his clothes and said, "Joe, you can't wear shorts in here. You know it's a lab day." "But I don't have any other clothes." "What about your gym clothes?" "But those are all the way down in the locker room." "Well, you can go get them, or stay in the office while we do our lab," his teacher said. "Fine, I'll go get them." So, Joe went and got his clothes. On his way back from the locker room, Joe was hungry, and he saw a vending machine. He went and bought some food and a soda, and then walked back into class. But he didn't get far. His teacher saw him as he walked in. "Joe, this is a lab, and you can't have food and drink in here. Go throw those away." "But I didn't get breakfast." "That's too bad. You can't have food in the lab. Many of the chemicals we work with are toxic." So Joe threw away the breakfast he had just bought and started in on his lab work. He was working hard, but his sweatpants stunk from the gym and were extra hot. Combined with the heat from the Bunsen burner, he began to sweat. Just so he could see clearly, he moved his goggles from his eyes to the top of his head. He then measured out a portion of his second solution, but as he went to pour it into the boiling one he had already prepared, a large gas bubble burst, splashing the hot solution into his eyes. Joe screamed as his teacher rushed him to the eye station. Thanks to the teacher's quick actions, Joe's eyes weren't permanently damaged. Instead, he just got burned. Once the nurse finished checking out Joe's face, he was sent home to recover and had to catch up later in the week. But Joe didn't have a good day. It could have been far worse, and it also could have been prevented. Joe could have dressed properly for the lab in the first place. He could have worn regular pants and closed-toe shoes. He could have worn his protective goggles and cut down on the severity of his injury. He could have also eaten beforehand and not gotten into trouble for bringing food into the lab. He was lucky that the teacher rushed him to the eye wash station after getting splashed. There are many reasons you have to be careful in the lab rules and procedures you must follow every time you are in the lab. All of these are in place just so you can be safe, all so you can have a better day than Joe.